What's up, nerds?
Don't let him talk to you like that, actually.
Don't. Folks, ladies, and ladies.
Yeah, it's a ladies episode.
And
Special.
and the gentlemen
For the ladies.
in the chat. Folks, welcome back to the Producers Lounge. We are your hosts, David, Caleb, and Austin. This is our show, brought to you by Always 400. It's our music production show. We're going to sit here and talk about music production the whole night.
Yeah.
At least 7 hours.
Yep.
Right, boys?
Oh,
We
at
got
least
our
7 hours. Yeah. That's a
catheters.
small night.
We got our catheters all hooked up, ready to roll.
We're just sitting on toilets, so you know,
Yep.
you gotta go.
Yep.
Number 2, you're good.
Gotta go.
I just went with the diaper.
Nice.
Now, you just roll
I'm
with the
just
diaper.
Stewing it. Yeah.
I'm gonna hit up the
Get a
Discord
rash.
real quick.
It does great things for my skin.
I'm sure. Yeah. Everybody knows like there's mud baths and then there's shit baths, but only the elite, billionaires
Everyone
get a
knows.
shit bath. Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you that missed our last 2 episodes, as you can tell, we all switched
It's the
spots.
same. Yeah.
That's the only thing that's happened.
Yeah, that's it. It's the exact same thing. Actually, we blew out the walls. As you guys know, we're in.
These guys are so funny.
These
Guys, we bought a new studio.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
we're just in the new studio.
Yeah, it's true. We
Yeah.
brought everything and we reinstalled everything back to the way it was.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
Behind this wall, though, there's a bunch of renovation happening. We had to kind of
Yeah.
just cover it, for now.
if you guys hear any jackhammering, it's because Jose didn't want to go home.
Yeah. Yeah, dude's a workhorse.
He is.
It's the reason we pay him $3.50 an hour,
Oh. Yeah, I mean, he gets after it. He makes some mean tecates.
Just kidding. Jose makes bank.
Folks, thank you so much for coming back. All one of you.
Welcome to the Slightly Racist podcast with your host.
Oh, I'm Mexican.
It's true.
My last name is Gonzalez, so
Yeah, Caleb Gonzalez.
take that.
Jesus
Suckers.
Christ.
It's like that. Dave with his phone audio. So how's everybody's week been going? My week's been pretty good. I got 2 little beats running at the moment.
They're sounding good, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I heard a
Making
beat you were
progress.
working on the other day, or was it last night? You were starting to fuck with something. It was very Reese-y. I heard like some epicness.
Yeah, okay, that was the last night one then.
Nice, yeah.
I always try and do this thing where I try and do like you guys know E. Cali?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. E. Cali's sick. He's so
I thought
good.
It was Akali.
It might be Akali. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know how to
whatever.
say
Who
it.
knows how
Yeah.
to pronounce names?
That guy's sick as fuck.
I always call him Equally.
Equally, sure, yeah. Ekali, he has man of many names.
Yeah.
But he's so fucking good at having these like gigantic cinematic intros that are just so over the top epic. And I love to try and do stuff like that. But every time I do it, I have to like start with the intro, and I can make this like huge evolution and evolvement. But by the time I get to the drop, it's like I don't know what to do for the drop.
Oh, yeah.
And dude, it always fucks with me.
Yeah, I'm not for the Ganja White Night fucking I must make the most epic build-up and
Minute and a half.
intro thing before I make my drop. Like, no, I like to know what I'm doing here.
All right.
I'd like to understand that I'm getting fucking a good drop out of this fucking work that I'm doing right now.
Exactly,
I don't
right?
really care about anything else. I'm also not making drops. So
Yeah. You're not doing that.
it's kind of like
builds
beats.
into it.
They're kind of beats
Right.
these days.
Right.
So it's a little different that way. But still, well,
Respect
I might have done
a
a bit of an intro.
Yeah, like
when I
you
was
guys
doing
will have
more-
them, but
More drop centric shit. I would do a lot more work on intro and body and that realm.
nowadays you're just like, how do we just get to the thing, make sure the thing's good,
Yeah, I don't need a whole
And-
lot.
Yeah.
Mixing wise,
and
like,
making it mixable.
yeah, like an intro is fine, but you don't like your intro can just be drums. You know, that's just kind of all you really need to anchor it into the mix.
True.
But when it comes to like, epic intros and stuff are fun. When I was doing that a lot, I found it easier to just write a drop and have a drop and then come up with the intro epicness later.
Yeah.
Because then I already have the root note. I already have like the little motifs in the riff.
Yeah.
So I can kind of then work backwards from there. And epicness is pretty easy. You just, I mean, it's easy to like get started.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to sit there and work on it and make sure it like fucking follows all the emotion. But I definitely found it easier to marry the drops and the intro when I made the drop first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, that's exactly what we were talking about when you stepped out. Is like, I always, when I'm going for like a huge epic thing, I always start with the intro and make this huge thing and never know what to do with the drop.
Right.
But then there's also the weird thing is like, I always struggle with starting with the drop for whatever reason, because like the energy for me isn't there. It takes me so much longer to like get the thing going.
To me, it's like I'm trying to write a riff on a guitar. I'm like trying to write the main riff of the song on the guitar. So I'm going to start with the drop because it's the riff. And it doesn't actually, a lot of times it doesn't happen to be the drop, but that's kind of where I'm starting of like, what is the main riff?
True.
Kind of thing. And it usually is like whatever the drop is going to be or the groove if you're making more techno-y kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Like, I will go to make a drop. I will rarely use it as the drop.
Yeah.
Whatever the thing is that catches that I go off of, likely it's more of like a B section of the drop or like a groove or something like that.
Right.
That I'm drawing from.
Right, because it's usually...
Because a drop will come out of that.
Right. It's usually pretty busy what you end up coming up with, this riff or this motif or whatever. And at least for me, and I know you too, like
super loop.
We like
super loop.
We like to have that super loop kind of motif, and then for the drop, we just take like the third bar of it and just loop it over and over again, and we're like, that sounds better.
Our super loops are not like fucking Ilgate super loops though. They're pretty tidy.
Right. Yeah.
It's just a few things.
Yeah.
Does he have what are his super loops?
That's
like?
his thing is super loop.
But they're like massive. There's like a bunch of shit happening that you can. Like,
he just makes
choose
everything. Yeah, he makes everything for his track within his super loop, and it all works together, so it all works, and then he
parses it out,
smears it across the fucking canvas.
Dude, respect to that guy. Like, he's one of those guys who is like, he's dived so hard into like that world of production. Like, he has the like 20-hour rule, the night and day rule, his super loop rule. Like, he's so like left brain about that kind of shit. Yeah.
He's got to teach that shit.
Yeah.
He's very
so he's finding good ways.
And he has found some good ways, that's for sure.
Right.
True.
He's less melodical and more methodical. No, he's very melodical. That's not a word.
He was the first guy to ever bring to my attention like the concept of having a writing session and a sound design session. I'd like never thought about that till like year whatever, like 2 or something when I found him
on some free like master class that he was doing on the internet to sell his school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right. His school is sick as fuck.
It is. We have a homie in it.
Northeast Heights.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Any Heights.
Any Heights. Dude's slaying
on the pod many times. You know him. You love him.
Yep.
He's in the dojo. He's in there. And he fucking talks good things about it. He was telling me that he was telling us they were having do posts with viral videos with their music on top of it.
Yeah.
Which is a thing that I had noticed that Ill Gates was doing.
Yep, right.
At one point. On his own Instagram.
Right.
And I was like, oh, well, good on him for one, doing it, and two, using his community to make like a bunch of people. It's like a mass experiment, essentially.
It is.
Right.
He's got a bunch of people that can do the experiment with him.
And he gets to be like,
this it works this way.
Yeah.
We don't really know exactly, but it kind of works.
Right. That's fun.
or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's trying to figure it out.
Oh yeah, that's all just experimenting, right? Trial and error. And then it is sick because he has an entire like class of people to be like, okay, go all try this, and
Totally.
Right.
you get all the analytics of everybody's like accomplishments.
Right. It is
and-
kind of like maniacal.
It is in a
To
way,
like some
right?
degree, you're like, yes, I want you all to experiment with these couple things.
So much.
He's like a little
And
like
then-
puppet master.
Right, and then
just-
he gets to take, you're like, oh yes, that was the best idea that guy did. I'm gonna do that in my next track. Like you take the mean or the top cream of what everybody does.
It's kind of the move these days. I see a lot of people doing this. They have Discord channels.
oh weird.
They have communities.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh.
And then they're going, I know we have a Discord channel, exclamation Discord in the
That's right.
chat
That's right.
to join.
Doritos
or,
in
you know,
chat.
it's in the YouTube shit,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys will have their Discord channels, their communities, and then they test things out within these communities, and then they go and use that shit later, which
Right.
is fucking smart. That
it really
I mean,
is, yeah.
yeah, might as well get a whole bunch of people involved.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, did that do anything?
I turned this down a little bit just because for some reason we're peaking.
And we have like a corpusy
occasionally.
fucking lossy effect. You guys hear that?
It does
Is that
sound
just me?
shit in
Yeah.
my headphones.
It doesn't. It sounds okay in mine.
It
I don't
sounds
know.
like I'm in a talk box.
Yeah.
Really? Let me hear your headphones.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello? Yeah, okay. So it's basically the same in here.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine, folks.
We don't have to.
We're
We don't have to
troubleshooting.
deal with it right now. We can troubleshoot it later.
Yeah.
It's
Or
a
while we
brand
go.
it's a brand new warehouse. You know, we finally moved out of Greendale.
It's true.
We're gonna miss it, and you know, we gotta learn some things on the way.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a big deal.
Yeah.
Sounds fine to chat. Really?
Oh, does it? Okay, that's good.
Fucking ears himself.
I mean,
Jesus.
yeah, if the ear says it sounds fine, then it's something with our monitoring.
The ears.
What is going on here?
I was going to turn us down.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, that's not us.
It makes me wonder though,
Full
like
beer, everybody.
I feel like if you're trying to do that like kind of sneaky social media approach to promoting your music where you use popular content, I feel like you can only get away with that at a certain level, like when you're basically
Sneaky?
unknown or kind of basically known. Because like imagine if Skrillex was like doing some shit like that. Like it would just be weird. You'd be like, why are you doing that? You don't need to do that.
Right.
You're just trying to like harvest.
If you were
fucking-
Skrillex, you would not need to do it.
Exactly,
You are
right?
correct. Also, by the way, you don't need to do it.
Yeah.
I was just watching was it Mac DeMarco? That guy doesn't have social media. I don't know anything about this guy. I know everybody likes him or he's popular or something.
Indie boy
but-
idol.
Someone was asking him about the fact that he doesn't have social media, and he's like, just thought it was a bad idea
Wow.
to do that. It
Yeah.
seems like it fucks people up, so I'm not doing it. And I'm like, thank you.
Let's go. Yeah.
Love that. We
Hilarious.
use social media, but we just barely use it.
Right.
That's how
Right.
we use it.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking, we'll post some videos for always 400 uses it more than anything else.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Like massively.
Yeah.
Just for that exact
The rest
thing,
of us kind of just fucking hang out.
Yeah. I'll post when I have a release and I'll make one or two pieces and then I'm like, okay, that's
Right.
fine.
Right.
Totally.
Whatever. I kind of wish I went harder. I saw this clip of Tyler the Creator, and it kind of got me hyped a little bit. Where he was like, in some interview, and he was saying, "I see a bunch of people post about their new song, and they post like one story and then never post again." And he was like, "Dude, I hammer that shit for like a year and a half, like promoting it every single day." And it kind of made me think like I could definitely be doing more. But at the same time, like he has an audience where it's like I have no audience whatsoever. So it's like I'm kind of just posting into the
It
void.
is kind of weird posting into the void like that.
It is. It's so weird. Yeah, because nothing ever happens.
It does, because we'll see homies here and there that are testing that shit out and they're
For sure.
trying for it. And
sure.
I don't know. You get a little bit. you'll get a little bit of juice. Honestly, the only real juice you see is on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's where people are actually following a little bit more. But
that's where superstars
on TikTok
are made.
also, it's not like we're not getting we're getting a good TikTok following, but we're not getting a massive amount of new views.
Yeah,
it's TikTok.
Not. It's whatever the word is.
Actually getting them to watch our YouTube video.
Yeah, we had one guy ever since we started the TikTok,
which is fine. It's useful. It's useful for them, and it's useful for us to have a place to promote something later, perhaps. But like even just getting the info out to TikTok is nice. It's nice for them to be able to ingest it that way.
It's not
and
hurting
not from the YouTube. They don't need to go to the YouTube.
Yeah,
right. It doesn't hurt in anything. We might as well post on the TikTok.
Exactly.
Plus,
it's only going to help.
It's the best one, and to me, it's more of a YouTube than it is like an Instagram. It's appropriate for us to post short clips on TikTok as opposed to Instagram, for at least to me, because like Instagram's for like sending funny memes to your friends via the messenger part of it.
Yeah, trying to find a boyfriend for dudes.
Right.
Or they like to do that on there.
Or for reconnecting with like family. It's
fun
kind of
comedy bits.
It's turning into
bits.
It's basically Facebook.
It's
turning into Facebook from 2013.
That's right.
It is.
That's right.
And TikTok.
You make a really good point there, Caleb.
Okay.
You make a very good point.
Occasionally, I do.
Instagram is dog.
It's it's dog water. But TikTok is basically the short form version of YouTube.
Right.
It's just more direct. I mean, it's more short.
Right.
Form. There's no searching. I mean, you can search, but it just immediately goes. Similar to YouTube, it just has your algorithm right away, but it's all much more long form than TikTok. So TikTok, it makes sense for us to like, you have your long form, then you split it up and you post that all on TikTok, and it's less of like, hey, we're trying to do a thing. It's more of just like, hey, here's our page. Because the way TikTok works and it sends people your shit, it seems like a more social media thing, but it's more so just it's just a YouTube.
It's a numbers game at the end of the day too. Like we've gotten some like decent numbers on things, but like nothing insane. Yeah, if we were more consistent and like if we had like 2 videos a day, you know, like
oh my God,
eventually those numbers like stack and stack and stack. But like when you're in this kind of like lower first tier where we're at, like the transfer from TikTok to like here to wherever other
upper
thing.
tier, obviously.
Yeah, you gotta be getting numbers.
Don't even get us started on X.com.
Oh God,
we don't even need to go.
Chat,
there,
why did you even bring it up, dude?
We helped Elon formulate that.
We did. He actually reached out to us and he was like, "Yo, you guys are sick. What should I name? What should I rename Twitter?"
Damn it, John. John says, actually, now that I listen on a bigger system, it does sound like there's a comb filter.
Yeah, it sure does, John.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it does.
Fucking ears himself. He heard that and he was like, well, I will listen actually now.
Let me actually see what that is.
Yeah, it's there, right? Someone said on the last one there, it's like it's flanging. But yeah, that's for another time.
They did say it was flanging. But
true.
They just didn't know what the difference between a
we got to work
and a
this
comb.
out while we're not on the actual.
Yeah.
We got to like load it up and just figure it out one of these days. We'll do that.
One of these days.
It's been a bit busy. All right, so let's talk about actual music production things since we have the 3 of us in here.
For once,
and
we can actually get technical about shit.
You know.
What are all the
pet people's ego?
I want to talk about for a quick second. This is, I mean, it is production-y, but it's more like.
So, what I want to talk about is Instagram promotions.
No,
within
it's a stylistic thing.
How do I blow up as a pop punk band on TikTok?
It's a stylistic thing. Mixes. I've been listening, as I usually do, to lots of Vision Radio, and they play a lot of the hottest shit At least for like producers.
The up and comers.
Yeah, they're playing like
Shout out Vision.
You know, the bleeding edge of electronic club shit, I guess. Regardless of any of that, the clear differentiation between mixes, like there's a similarity between them all, obviously to some degree, but there's so much difference when it comes to like
Totally.
how loud your kick is, where the chords are sitting in the mix, how wide your hi-hats are, like the amount of variety that you have to play with in a mix is kind of bonkers. Like you think you have to have it to a certain sound to make it sound like it's
You have to have your kick at this decibel level and blah
Right,
blah blah.
right.
Like you kind of don't.
which you
Mixing
kind
is an
of
art form in its own.
yeah, it's a different level. Like there is a good and a bad in terms of how it sounds, but it is kind of like, you know, beauty in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
kind of the thing.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's also kind of but I guess that's why genres kind of exist to a certain extent, because like big room house, it's not going to be big room house without like a big long bassy kick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so there's things that help you like kind of like it puts the mix in a box almost, as well as your sounds and your style.
Mm-hmm. It's almost even like earlier, you're working on like a D&B track and you're like, let me just throw in like alarm noises and whatever the
Right.
second thing was,
Boom.
and you're like, boom, there it is. Yeah.
Alarms and sirens.
Yeah, and sirens, yeah. And like every genre has their kind of thing where they do
Right,
that, and it's so interesting.
Right. And what's nice about that is you can take things from it. Like you can use the siren and the alarm from drum and bass and put it in like big beat, or put it in
Totally.
like trance, and everybody's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, totally.
Like, it's like a whole meta game.
Yeah.
Which is fun as hell.
Yeah, I just threw a bit of a tech house trope in my breakdown for
Oh.
the song
Sick.
I'm making, which is at like 154 or something.
Right.
Okay.
John with a paragraph.
Jesus
Jeez,
Christ.
you writing us a novel over here, chat?
Just come over, bro. We don't have a guest. I know I didn't say anything, but
Daddy.
you're a busy man. But yeah, very simple.
Right.
I threw a tech house trope into my 154 or 6 BPM fucking
Right,
4 on the
right.
floor track, because I've been wanting to do something in the tech house world.
Right. And you can kind of take bits of the funk of
Stealing
the
tech house,
of
really.
the tech houseness, yeah. And
Yeah.
take the best parts and be like, all right, fuck all the rest. I'm just gonna now
Yeah.
speed this up and do something else with it.
Yeah, and it's so funny because you can do a little thing like that where you like take a little bit of each genre or just change one thing in a genre, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is a whole new thing!" Like you did it
Right,
completely different
right.
because everyone's so fucking accustomed to their specific sounds in each genre or whatever thing.
Right. It's just which is annoying as hell. It gets so stale so fast.
And it's also weird. I always get mind blown about how willing people are to just do the tropes of every genre.
I know, me too.
Isn't that insane?
I'm so baffled.
Yeah. And
With-
and like we all get it to a degree, you know, but at the same time it's
Sure.
like you're literally just doing exactly what the thing calls for, and like I don't know, that doesn't feel like a lot of artistry to me.
Right. It's like you followed the exact recipe from this. You didn't like try to maybe add carrots.
Yeah.
You know,
no carrots like
Right.
yours.
Let's see what John said here. Oh, Funky Baby 62 says the audio is a little funky. That makes sense.
Wow,
For a funky
funky
guy.
baby likes the audio, obviously.
Oh, he's saying that it's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's a
right,
little
yeah,
funky.
Hey.
Let's go,
funky,
Funky
yeah,
Baby.
Funky
Which
Baby
is-
62.
Weird, because I'm thinking
You're
back
wrong.
when I edited the last podcast and the audio sounded fine. So I wonder if it's just
No, the
stream.
last one was still fucked.
No, but I'm saying me when I edited it.
Oh.
So I think the stream is getting only this audio and not
Oh.
us for some reason. But maybe I wasn't listening
see.
loud enough.
Yeah.
Regardless, Restraint Music says, how do you approach drum array?
Would you like me to read it?
No, I got it.
Okay.
How do you approach drum arrangement and keeping your percussion dynamic, changing not so much dynamics in a mixing perspective? I recently did a lesson with Kyoto, shout out Kyoto, and he helped me understand his approach through paying attention to the constant urge people develop to play similar sounds. Now I'm changing.
No, you got it.
In the same places as the beat repeats. Oh, I see what he's saying here. Like always putting open hat on the third beat or something. He tries to approach it with an approach that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where you try to fight that urge.
This is actually kind of similar to what we were talking about, where we were saying genres have
John
tropes.
asks a question and then answers it in the same moment.
No, it's good though.
Sorry.
That's the thing is like, there is kind of a way to make music that everyone's accustomed to and familiar with, and like the very obvious things like put the open hat on the third thing or right before the last little bit so it like ends the phrase kind of thing,
right,
and stuff like that. And the reason people do that is because if you start going down the rabbit hole of like how do I make things different, you can get to like a weird spot where the music is just weird,
right,
you know?
Right. You're making
obviously
deconstructive.
Yeah. Like IDME,
right.
Keyboardist, fucking left
like
field.
the EPROM show that we just went to.
Very,
Caleb?
very deconstructive bass music.
Jesus Christ. There's like, I would say minimum 4 or 5 times in EPROM set alone where I was just like, this isn't music. This is just noises.
This is just sound. There was no beat. It was just.
It's like Transformers are fighting, you know? It's like
it's beautiful.
just in a moment.
That's sick. Here's my mud pie.
Which is so good. It's long too. It's like a full song.
Right.
length.
There was like 3.5 minutes
it'll
of
be
just
like-
nothing.
Oh,
Of just-
what?
It would be a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was
He's
sick.
presenting it as if he's dropping some shit, but you're just like, what are these noises? Which I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved
it
it,
was
yeah.
great. It was
Especially
beautiful.
EPROM
live,
kicks
yeah.
so much fucking ass.
Shout
That
out
guy
EPROM.
is a massive legend.
Legend.
Anyway,
shout out EPROM.
Anyway.
So what was the question? How do you evolve drum sounds?
He's
Tonally or rhythmically
how do you
or both?
approach drum arrangement
Drum
and
arrangement.
keeping your percussion dynamic?
Not from a mixing perspective.
Right, just your percussion is dynamic in terms of it's moving in and out of changes.
Right.
Like there's
How
new
do you
percussion
change your drums
happening,
up?
or there's like the hi-hats are feel more dynamic.
Yeah.
But not in a volume way, not gain dynamic, like dynamic arrangement wise. Like they're doing fun things.
Sick. So what are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. I will basically work from little to big. So I'll go, here's my hi-hat thing, make a hi-hat thing. And then, you know, I make it a clip because I'm in Bitwig and it's fucking better than all the rest of you guys.
Yep.
So I make a clip of my little groove and then I duplicate it out and then I Control J that shit into one big groove, and then I go and start changing things within that, and I build it out across my track that way. And then I'm kind of doing that with all the rest of the stuff all together at the same time, you know. So it's like I got my kicks doing a thing, I got my hi-hats doing a thing, I got the whatever percussion thing, and then as I go, it's like, all right, I'm gonna move. I've got like my basic groove of a quarter note or a measure or whatever, and then I have 4 of those, and so then I'll go and change up a couple of the things within
Right.
those.
You're fractaling down.
Yeah, I'm fractaling that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'll do that.
Fractal percussion.
I'll do that with
bro?
everything.
Fractal
I do that
everything,
with
yeah, right.
everything. I do that with. That's how I make tunes. It's literally just like bass loop of the whole song and then fractaled out into nonsense.
Yeah. That's a nice way to approach it too, because you're kind of thinking a little bit bigger picture like at least you're thinking about like your 1 bar loop of your percussion or your 4 bar or whatever, instead of like each individual hit kind of thing. So you can kind of be like, okay, on these 4 bars, it does this thing, and on the next 4, it's kind of slightly different.
Right.
And it's more manageable that way a little bit. Because when I was first like thinking about like percussion evolution and things, I was like, every single hit through the entire song has to be different, but kind of the same vein. And that's cool, but like that's a lot of work. And
Right.
It
you
doesn't.
can,
It actually doesn't help you.
It doesn't. Yeah,
to
just
do that.
yeah. There's something about like if you have your concise like 4 bars or 2 bars or whatever, and then you expand, it keeps everything like in a group or a theme or a motif of some sort.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's similar to the fractaling of it, but coming from jazz and improv, I fractal it down to some degree, but I'm constantly thinking of it in the other direction as well. I'm like, when I'm working on the last 4 of a 4-bar phrase, I'm thinking of what the next 4 is going to be to see if I can complement that with the next 4 that's going to be.
Totally.
And I'm constantly just trying to, and that's a lot of times what it comes down to. Finishing a track is a bunch of that.
Right.
Is a bunch of like, no, the fucking riff doesn't really make sense here because this turnaround is better suited for an 8-bar change instead of a 4-bar change.
Totally.
Because it's like more bombastic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've never used bombastic.
I know. I've never heard you
I
say
don't
that.
even know what that means.
It's
Bombastic.
loud
Mr.
in terms of how the
Bombastic.
kids call weed.
Sugar fantastic.
Loud. Hey. But yeah, it's basically fractaling, but there's like a sixth sense to it that I can't really explain, where I'm constantly just thinking of like how a musician would think of the changes, and I'm trying to constantly, while I'm writing a track, I'm trying to think of like the drummer as a person and the bassist as a person.
Totally.
At the very least, at least those two people, and like how they're communicating while the track is happening. And like, oh, the drummer did a little thing, so maybe the bassist should wait on the 1 and then come in to kind of give the kick drum a little bit of emphasis or whatever.
Sure.
So like, and again, yeah, it is kind of, you make the big thing and then it starts fractaling down and you start getting more and more intimate with each change until it's all just fucking dialed. And I like the idea of refusing the urge to like just put things in the same places.
Totally.
But that also seems alien to me. Like when I see people in tutorials, or I've gone to people's houses that make house music, it's usually house music or some kind of club music where they'll just like make a thing in MIDI, like their hi-hat, and they'll just put it on the offbeats and then just loop it and then just drag it out. And I'm like, you need to change that or I'm going to stab you. I need you to select all of that and Control J that right now and make a couple breaks or I'm going to stab you. Like, I can't
fucking lose it.
I can't just pull everything out like
It's
64
like one of the
bars.
best parts is starting to like pull little chunks out of little bits of your percussion. Because like it brings everything alive.
Right.
All of a sudden you're hearing more of all the other things that are happening in the song. And you're giving yourself like, I could do a little roll here,
Right.
or like,
And it helps infer what the track is trying to do. It helps you kind of like with those breaks, you can kind of catch where the track like needs a breath or wants to keep going.
Totally.
You can kind of like catch, you're like, oh, actually, we just need to go for another 32 without the lead,
Sure.
Or whatever the fuck.
Sure.
you feel it.
If you guys want like a fun reference, everyone listening, I bring this dude up fucking way too much, but Skrillex, his drums are fascinating on like almost every song he makes. Just go break it down and like every 8 bars or 4 bars, like listen to the subtle changes that happen in it, and it's I don't know, it's so sick. He's so
like
aware.
actual like dissection of the
Right.
drums.
Yeah, dissect
Like,
that
go
shit.
go and like actually like
using
mimic
AI
it,
and split 'em.
mimic it, and set them next to each other and see what that looks like.
Right,
See
line
what
'em
the
up on the
fucking
grid.
groove difference is.
Right.
And you will learn so much, yeah. Like the
Yeah.
amount of fucking intention and like every little bit is there and you can hear it. And you
Right.
don't really like, and that's one of those things where it's like as a listener, if you just throw the song on, like you're not really paying attention to it, but it feels good when it's happening. But then you dissect
Yeah.
it and you're like, oh my God, like fucking
Right.
effort was put into all of that.
And don't be scared. At least, I mean, for me, like I was scared back in the day listening to like
Don't be
pros
scared.
and all their like crazy, intricate techniques they would use to like really humanize the tracks and things
Right.
like that. Like it would intimidate the hell out of me. And now it's so subconscious. Like I can't move forward with the drums until they have like a little bit of, oh, this needs to be off the grid. This thing needs to be,
Yeah.
I'm listening to
Yeah,
it. I'm
it's-
hearing the hi-hat like, oh, actually that hi-hat needs to be late and shorter and tuned up. Like you can kind of just infer, and that's just from making 400 plus tracks,
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
Just
And
constantly.
you know how useful a random LFO is,
Right.
because I don't have to think about it a lot of the time. If you're talking about minor differences, super minute differences in like the rhythm of a thing, you could use a random
Yep. And just nudge it.
LFO and just have it just kind of just like barely off centering each note. You're going to be fine. That's going to do your humanizing
Right.
pretty good. And then you go and you add your flair.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
You want to like find the groove of the tune.
Right.
The tune's likely to
But
have
that's-
like
I-
a late hi-hat here or whatever.
I feel like that's one level up the ladder from the random LFO. Like the random LFO's doing that background like noise variation.
I would say the random LFO is the deeper.
Right. No, that's what I'm just saying. It's
okay.
farther down.
Yeah,
and
it's like
up a level.
you learn how to do the groove first.
Correct.
And then you learn like, but if I put a little random
Right.
LFO
It's
on
gonna
this shit,
slowly
it's gonna
fuck
give
the
me a
groove.
little bit different thing.
Right. It is
Which
the
is
drummer.
helpful.
It is the drummer being distracted by a chick mid-set and then coming back. Like
Right.
it's
Right.
all of those
Yeah.
little human elements happening.
Yeah, it's the thing that makes one of the biggest. I've said this before, but one of the biggest things for me that was a realization about mixing is understanding that just things being different at any one moment makes the mix sound better. Your brain hears it more. Your brain realizes that it's not the same thing over again. Oh yeah, I was gonna say this, which relates to that. I saw a TikTok where this guy was talking about, maybe it was a YouTube video, but he's talking about your brain recognizing patterns in threes or some shit like that. And it was like, one, it's unique. Two, it's the same as the unique thing that I just heard. Three, it's getting boring now. And four, it's like really boring.
Yeah.
So it's like,
interesting.
if you have that kind of mindset about the way you're looping things or, look at your grid as like four. Look at it as like 1, 2, we're establishing a thing, and then we're letting everybody know that we've established a thing. And then 3, break it up a little bit. 4, maybe completely change it and then bring it back to number 1 again. Or you could do that fractally. You could be 1, 2, and then 1 is the repeat of 1 before, and then 2 is the repeat of 2.
Right.
But with a different, you can do it different ways.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Hey, that's
it's a nice little concept.
Yeah. To go really meta with it, what I usually do, and this is my basic fractal.
Okay.
From
Basic fractal
on
Caleb.
everything most of the time. So
This is his basic fractal, everybody. Let's go.
think of your 4 bars as A, B, C, D. Okay. So
Compact disc.
right. So
Compact disc?
CD.
A, B, C, D.
A, B, C,
You
D.
young ass motherfucker.
Or don't
He's
think
like,
of
What is that?
don't think of your 4 bars as ACDC. Jesus Christ. And I'm old. Don't think of your 4 bars as ABCD. Think of the changes as ABCD, and we're gonna go in sets of 4. So your first 4 bars is like AABA.
Right.
So it's the A. The first one is the idea. A again. You reestablish the idea. So everybody's like, okay, sick. This is the thing that's happening. On the third bar, you get the B.
Fuck 'em up.
And everybody's like, what the
Oh.
fuck? And then the fourth bar, you resolve it again, and everybody's like, oh, okay. And then once again, you A it. So everybody's like, okay, all right, yeah. Again, it repeats. Okay, this makes sense. And then you A it one more time. Everybody's like, okay, now I'm starting to
Now
get
I'm getting
bored.
bored. Yeah.
And then you drop a C on the third bar this time. And then you drop a fucking D on the fourth bar.
Yeah.
So now the fourth bar
Yeah.
gets a real hard turnaround before repeating that whole cycle over.
Yeah.
And that's like my basic what I do right out of the gate kind of thing, to at least for me, so I can
That's a
listen
good-
to
yeah.
it and be excited the whole time
Yeah.
and not be like annoyed. But there's enough of A, because if you make A super
Good.
fucking tight and so sick,
Yeah.
then you can listen to A like 3 times in a row and not get bored.
Yeah. And the more you pull it away from A, the more you want
Want
A
to go
to
back?
come back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you've
Exactly.
established
Yeah.
that A is the motif kind of thing. Yeah. That's a good way to do it. And it's fun thinking about it in that sense, because if you break it down, like, if you're
Break it
talking about like
down.
your AABA is like 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 or whatever.
Right.
And then you break it down like those 4 bars in 4 sections.
Correct.
becomes the
Exactly.
next
Exactly.
fractal.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
you could do, like your drop could be AABA. And like the A is 4 bars of the drop, and then 4 bars of the drop kind of the same, and then B totally changes, and then it returns.
And then it returns.
Yeah, and then you have a whole half of the drop that now is kind of similar but different, with really big changes on the end of it.
Yeah.
There's like, you can fractal in and out.
Yeah, dude, that's the shit. One of my favorite things to do is a similar concept, and I fucking do it way too much. I'm trying not to as much, but I just love it so much. Like, if you're thinking about a grand scale, like you're 16 or you're 32, we'll say 16 for this instance. Your first, would that be 12? Your first 12 bars are the 3,
Right.
and then you have those 4 bars, which is like a huge section to be your big change around.
Right,
Instead of thinking
exactly,
about it small
exactly.
scale. Yeah.
That's the same thing I was talking about earlier, where if the BPM of the track is faster, now
can get
these,
away with it.
these changes now become longer. Like there's a moment somewhere around 140 BPM where the changes no longer need to be 8 bars; they can be 16.
They almost have to be for it to make
and
sense.
like 148 to like 154 is like a sweet spot where it's still slow enough. Those 16 bars feel long, but make sense the whole time. You know, you can have a riff that's like does all these things and then finally repeats, and you're like, actually, that's sick. I know the whole thing now. Now I can sing along.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
It's fucking rad.
That's actually one massive benefit of making music in a big range from like 70 to 150. Because for a while I only made like 140, 150, 160 kind of range. So I was only accustomed to like the bars in that time period.
Right.
And then
right.
like fucking homies showed me glitch hop. John showed me like, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like,
and I was like
110, 115 kind of.
yeah, and even slower,
fucking
even like
slow
the
shit.
then you go to like the 90
Right,
or the 100,
right.
yeah, in that area, and you're like, oh,
The mid-tempo shit.
yeah, and you're like, they're just different over
Right,
here, and I
right.
didn't know why at
Shit
first.
acts different. You have to arrange it slightly different. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. It's like making tech house versus making drum and bass.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking
The riff
doesn't
is totally
work
different.
the same way.
No. In tech house,
Doesn't
you
work
can't
the
just
same
like
way.
have the drums finish the riff. Like a drum and bass,
Right.
You can be
Yeah.
like, boom, 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 boom.
I'm so jealous of that.
Right.
Right, totally.
And everybody's
In
like, yeah.
tech house of it.
Like, you can't do
and
that.
then it goes back again. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a lot of drums for just like they didn't do anything
yeah,
else.
they just like let it. That was
like
just empty.
For 3 bars.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
not
those-
satisfied by a break. In
Or
a
same
tech
with
house
same
song.
with like rhythm. Like imagine if a rhythm drop did that, where it slammed for like one
the
bar and
first
then it was
bar.
just empty. Everyone would be like, did you forget? Like,
right. Like
did
if you
the
had
speakers go out?
actually foghorn rhythm would be cool. The first bar is like
That actually would be kind of cool.
yeah, then it comes back. kind of cool. Chat, that's yours.
That's yours, chat. You're welcome.
Yeah. Go make that because we won't.
We won't.
Yeah, we might.
Something that's always fucking blown my mind.
We might.
And do you guys know why, like, dubstep guys prefer to make their music at the tempo of like 140, 150 opposed to 70, 75? That's always blown my mind. I don't know why that's a thing.
Well, 140 is 70, right?
Yep.
So as opposed to 150 or
150 would be 75, yeah. Or like 160, 80.
I think it's just saying the grid full time versus halftime.
Yeah, why do like dubstep guys choose to go 140 and halftime their drums?
That's the question?
That's the question.
I think
opposed to
back
just
in the
making
day,
it 70.
the DAW was you didn't have adaptive grid. So you had to choose 16ths or 8ths. And it was just when you're in 140, you have twice the amount of grid.
Right. It is resolution.
Yeah, resolution is just
that
more.
Why?
I think so.
I do it for that reason.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Same. I don't have to like do anything. The resolution's higher.
Yep.
But with like Bitwig and Ableton, you can just like make it bigger and smaller.
Yeah, but I don't have to. It just makes sense to. I know at 140 what a 16th note's going to be. Where if I'm doing it at 70, now that 16th note's a 132nd note, and it's annoying. And now I gotta like think harder about things.
Interesting.
At least when I'm working in a synth, if I want to pluck on the LFO at a 16th, I know what a 16th is going to be at 140.
Oh.
Where if I do that at 70, now the 16th is half the speed, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and you have to go to 132, and you're like, that seems fast. Why is this different?
Now
and
it's
weird?
all weird and.
Yeah.
I think originally that's why it was.
I think it is a resolution. Yeah.
Because DAWs weren't
makes sense.
as
That makes sense.
Adaptive back then.
Yeah.
Wow,
I never thought about that. That makes a lot of sense.
Well,
wool is from sheep.
75. So 74 is
148.
148. So then why you can't do 147, right?
No. You can't, yeah.
But you can do 147.
Right. You can't. I mean, you can.
Interesting.
In the
Okay.
DAW.
You could do.
In the
you
DAW,
could do
you could
73.5.
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah, you could do the half.
But like, if you want to keep it even, which you're a psychopath if you're making it off of an even 1, 2, 3, 4. Like,
dude, I used to do
anything,
that.
You're a psychopath. Like, what are we even doing?
I used to do like 143.97 or like weird shit like that. Like,
there was somebody.
Just because
I don't know who I was talking to.
It makes sense if it's going on Spotify. Why not?
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck them.
Sure.
There was somebody I was talking to, and they just like go to their DAW and like click on it and just like let go.
No,
and that's just what they make the track at.
What?
Ew.
That's hilarious.
Have a little.
What if
more
you get stuck at like 320? You just have to double halftime.
On
do it
a
again.
fun day, maybe.
Yeah.
On a fun day.
Like on a day where you're just feeling it. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get to a zeros. 0.00.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure it hits that at the very least.
That's something AT and I used to
same.
do. We didn't just like wiggle it till we were done, but we would use like a Google random number generator and be like, okay, anything between like 60 and 150, 160, and it would just give us a random number. We'd be like, okay, that's our tempo.
Yeah, that's fun.
But at least it would be like an even number,
fun.
like 132 or something. Like,
right.
I kind of miss
That was
that.
a good
Actually, I
idea.
want to do that again. Yeah, that was fun.
It's shit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
We'll fix it later.
What's shit?
It's not happening right now.
Yeah, there's
The audio.
something wrong. If you can understand us, awesome. This episode's almost over. We apologize. The new studio's being funky, and we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's a brand new warehouse. We dropped 6 figures on this. We're trying to figure the audio side of things out.
He says warehouse, but it's an old Albertsons, so it's kind of like retail space.
It's true.
Actually sick.
There's actually like so much room that you guys can't see right.
Wait, I thought it was an old Blockbuster. I thought that's why we wanted it.
No, it's Albertsons.
Oh, we bailed on the Blockbuster one? Okay.
Yeah. Blockbusters ended up being like a little too dungy.
Well, that's fair.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. And
Plus
we were
in
like
here-
stuck with the carpet in there, which would have been fun, but
Plus in here we can have like a full size half pipe.
yeah, the half pipe over there, the foam pit is literally being built over there as we speak. Like, That's
Can't
pretty
wait
cool.
to learn half pipe. Let's go. All right, we are. So speaking of almost being done, are we about ready for the fucking
Oh, we're about ready.
rapid fire?
I don't have any questions.
I'm about to come up with one more.
I got
once.
one. I got one question.
Cool.
Did you see it? Is that why you're laughing?
No.
He will when he sees it.
I got one question.
I was just enjoying the silence for a second.
Love it.
Dead air.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. Always.
Banger.
This is the
Banger.
moment you've been waiting for, folks. Rapid
Oh,
fire
my.
lightning round. Here we go.
Put your hands up. Everybody in
Hand in
chat,
your-
we
hand in
want you
your
to
questions.
participate. Give us your input. It's an obvious.
I told you.
His
told
is
you he
also
would
a
laugh.
dumbass or.
Did you do a dumb one too?
You guys are lazy. All right. I love it. Folks, this is the lightning round.
Yeah,
that
you
was
know how
kind
to
of
use
cool,
that?
actually. Whoa.
Of course I know to use that, biatch. So the first question we have here today is written in by Samuel McGuster.
Shout out Samuel McGuster. We see you in chat.
He says this is more of an icebreaker question.
Okay. Okay, that's
just-
fine.
Just an icebreaker for us, okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks, Sam.
Beethoven or Bach?
Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Who did Furley's? Beethoven?
Beethoven.
Yeah, I think Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Yeah, that's also Beethoven.
I'm gonna go Beethoven.
I don't know who did Furley's.
Bach's kind of seems like a stuck-up asshole. He seems like pretentious.
No, Bach
He would
was
be like
also
the-
pretty tight. Bach
Was
was
he?
also pretty tight.
Okay.
But he
I
wasn't
just
deaf.
only know Beethoven's.
Oh, he was deaf. That's
no,
right.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, Beethoven was
Beethoven
deaf.
was
I thought they were both deaf. I was like, oh, wow,
I'm going Beethoven.
wow.
Irate says house music. That wasn't
Yes.
a answer, but
that
I'll take
was
it.
before the question.
Beethoven or Bach? Rhythm.
Yeah. Did you say Beethoven?
Yeah.
Beethoven?
I just don't know
Beethoven.
a Bach one off the top of my head.
I don't know a
Um,
single
know
Bach
Beethoven.
one. Yeah.
Well, let's go with another or here. This one is very similar.
Who's this one from? Who's this one sent in from?
This is sent in
It's
from...
literally.
I don't know how to pronounce this.
Oh, it's a weird one.
Lauren?
Lauren?
That's it. This is
Oh,
Lauren.
interesting.
Lauren
I don't know.
A,
Yeah.
maybe?
Lauren, maybe. It says
Oh.
bass nectar or Datsyk. I feel like
I don't know who Bass Nectar
I
is.
feel like it's very triggering to some
Who is
people.
Oh wait.
Well, Datsyk, I
Are we
know.
talking about Beta Nectar?
Oh, a beta nectar. Is that who you're talking about? Oh.
Datsik, obviously.
I'm gonna go Datsyk.
I'm going to have to go beta nectar.
I'm gonna
I
go
think.
Datsyk.
I'm sorry. Please don't pull this up in the future and cancel me.
Lauren Ipsum. Let's go. Restraint. You get it. So
I just love how aggressive he is with children, you know?
I'm gonna go.
So good.
I'm gonna say Datsyk because at least he did his apology like hands on his knees in his studio, looking cool as hell.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
need to see that.
The studio behind him, like a social media post.
That
He's like,
post
I'm sorry.
there where he's apologizing.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
YouTuber
He had
apology.
like a 13-year-old sucking his dick. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, it doesn't work. I'm sorry.
L all of you. Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Put us in our place, all right.
Your favorite tempo right now? Like right now, like what's your favorite tempo you're getting into? I'll say 160. That's like,
Oh.
I'm loving 160 shit right now.
Nice.
Whether 4 on the floor or like slow breaky shit. I like 160.
I'm also at 160 right now.
160 sick.
I have 290, been pumped on, and 135.
Odd.
135.
Give us an example of 135. What's typically
Garage.
No, we don't.
Like future
Oh,
garage.
okay,
We do
okay.
135 all the
Yeah.
time.
Not house. It's got to be that like, yeah, garage stuff.
Garage.
Garage.
Irate got the joke. He says they've both been canceled. Yes, that is the joke. He says
Gotta
was
love
the joke.
explaining jokes.
He says 129 or 153. Both of those are also good.
Interesting.
I would like examples of
Okay,
both of
Irate.
those. If you're gonna do an
Same.
odd If you're gonna do a literal odd
Yeah,
tempo,
both are odd.
you have to explain why. His was 135. He explained why.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, send it to the Discord.
Oh
actually.
shit!
we
Maybe
will
I should
listen to
stop
it
doing the 135, huh? I should
later.
do 136.
Yeah, you should do 136. Then I wouldn't question.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I did that wrong. Excuse me. I know how to spell. I swear.
All right. Thank you for keeping us in our place, though. We need that because sometimes we get out of hand here.
We got a quick question that just got squeezed in here at the last minute.
Oh, by who?
Oh, wow.
Restraint Music,
Restaurante?
also known as
Big
John,
Daddy Restaurante?
John Ligner. He says,
Oh, John Ligner. I do know that guy. Yeah.
odd or even harmonics?
Odd. All day. All fucking day odd. What?
Yeah, odd.
Oh.
No, I agree.
I
with you.
don't know.
You know what's weird? FMing,
Okay.
though,
Okay.
sometimes it can be fun to do even.
For sure. I mean, even is
Can be
fun,
weird.
but I like square waves.
Yeah.
Next question.
Square 5, bruh.
What is your favorite spectral plugin? Soothe is not an answer.
That's good. That's good.
That is,
A little throwback to
question.
earlier.
Yeah, it says right here, soothe is not an answer.
you
Oh.
did write that down.
Fucking-
That's quite
Wait, who sent
elaborate of
that
you to
in?
write
Fuck
down.
that guy.
That was from AT.
AT? Jesus, fuck you, dude. Send
Weird
that
of AT
question
to
in.
ask that question. I don't think he even uses those things.
Yeah, I haven't really fucked with a bunch of spectral things. I rate to Spectral Gate is awesome. Who makes
Spectral
Spectral?
Gate?
Who makes Spectral Gate? I rate. Bitwig's harmonics are pretty fun. The
Is Spectre spectral plugin?
No. I don't think so.
Does it have to be a
I know.
plugin? Can it be a rack that's like made to be a spectral thing?
I guess.
Yeah, because I don't know any other spectral ones.
I mean, is it using like vocoder or what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that's a
Sick.
spectral.
So I'm gonna say the restraint / NASCO spectral gate rack, also spectral gate. Yeah, that shit is fucking sick. I like it a lot.
I don't really use a lot
He
of
says,
spectrals.
I don't really either, now that I think
Spectral
about it.
Suite is like Smooth Delta, but better. Oh, Spectral Gate is like Smooth Delta. It's like the Delta on Smooth. It's from Soundhack. It's sick, says Restraint. Okay, big. He's got the
Interesting. Wow, did he copy NASCO, dude?
What's
did
that
that company copy NASCO? Fuck them. Can't even believe that right now.
he has the support of Restraint, so we'll support
He does.
it. I love
GRM Spectral Suite Crazy for
NASCO copied them.
company.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure.
Yeah. They're French, so you know.
Well, yeah. I like the non-harmonic split. What's
Frequency.
Frequency
split in Bitwig.
and
is pretty
Bitwig
good.
is my favorite right now.
What is that?
It splits spectrally the frequency in 4 bands, and you can choose the parameter of those bands, and then you can nudge them across the spectrum as well, so you can like have them swipe like a rainbow.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can like solo each one and affect each one separately.
Oh,
and
so
shit.
you.
Yeah, you process them all separately and shit.
That's
It's
interesting.
like a multi-band spectral splitter.
Whoa! What is it called?
It's
a Bitwig thing?
Yeah, it's native to Bitwig.
I've never seen anything do that.
I'll
That's
show you an
fascinating.
example.
I guess you
in
could do
just
that
a
with
moment.
Snap Heap, but can you automate the crossover in Snap Heap?
But
Do you guys
Snapheap's
know?
not spectral. That's just multi-band. That's just normal.
Oh, how is yours different then?
It's split in it spectrally. I don't know. It just does.
Oh,
I don't know.
just does,
It
dude.
just does. I don't know.
That's fascinating.
know.
So you could have like, I want every odd harmonic, but every other odd harmonic do a thing, or just like this section, or like just this one.
There is a harmonic splitter.
Yeah, there is one where
but
you
this is a frequency splitter. I don't know how it splits the frequencies off the top of
Oh wait,
my
Caleb,
head,
go to the
but
right
I think
real quick.
that's kind of what
so
we're
chat can
dealing
see on the grid, or so Dave can see, I guess. Since
no,
chat can't see.
I already deleted it.
All right, Dave didn't even see it.
I'm sorry, dude. I deleted it the moment I saw it because it was very abrasive and rude.
with. Oh yeah.
Here, folks, we'll
Oh,
show you.
yeah.
Control Z.
show you a quick example here when I figure out where the mouse went.
I added a heart. That makes it a little bit better, right?
It was a little bit better,
Okay,
but
that's good.
You know.
Yeah, that's fair. I also saved your project before I did that. If you want to revert.
Oh, hilarious. Oh my god.
Oh, we're back.
That didn't work. That worked. There
Oh,
we
wait,
go.
they couldn't even see that?
No, they could see all of that.
Okay.
So here I have a little thing that has the spectral dilly happening.
Spectrodilly, technical term.
Here we have to activate the audio engine real quick. Turn off.
Zoop, 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 zoop. Computer is running podcast and 50 screens at the same time while also trying to run software.
So this little thing, this rave generator, has this spectral splitter on here. Let me get us out of the way here. So I have just the top band soloed.
Oh, Han style. Okay.
If we unsolo it, we solo just a band.
Oh.
So the nudge here
That's cool.
I have automated on this LFO, so it's going to be moving around. But basically, I have this top band soloed, and I have a couple effects on it. But it's basically moving and only grabbing this section.
Oh, that's how you did that.
Yeah. It's like a spectral band pass.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Spectral band.
Right.
Oh, is there?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
But that's my. Whoops.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's my current favorite
I like
spectral.
I think it needs a little
plugin.
soothe on it.
It's fun to fuck with.
A little more spectral on your
No,
spectral.
doesn't need any more soothe.
So you can spectral.
Because I already don't like the sound of spectrally things, so I have to like use it sparingly.
Right. That's honestly, isn't it? It seems like a thing that would be like a groundbreaking thing, and then you hear it and you're like, oh, it's kind of just digital.
Right. It's a very
Sometimes.
specific sound. It's
Yeah.
very specific.
Yeah.
And yeah, trying to use it creatively and not letting it just like lead steep into the deep end can be a little tricky.
Yeah. Steep into the deep end.
Steep into the deep end. Next
Deep into the
question.
deep end.
Multi-band dynamics when? I'll go first. I really like multi-band dynamics on my main bass sounds.
We're just talking about multi-band compressor.
Yes, not OTT. I'm talking about like
Compression.
your normal
Multi-band
MB. Like
compression.
I just need the bottom end and like the mid range between fucking 800 and 1,000 worked on or whatever. Like when are you going for an MB over other things?
I honestly don't really use multiband compression that much.
I will use it a lot for
Yeah.
taming high end.
Oh, nice.
But I would just use like a Pro Q and just do a little compression.
Okay.
Shelf.
Oh, does that count?
Usually,
Okay.
like a compressing dynamic
It does to
compressing
him. Doesn't to me.
shelf.
But
I will do that with a Pro Q or a multi-band compressor. I'll do it either way. Depends on how I'm feeling in the moment.
right. Okay.
It is the same thing though.
Yeah.
It is and it isn't. The Pro Q is way less accurate. You have no ratio. You have no attack release.
If you hit advanced, you do. I don't use that though.
Advanced
when I'm
doesn't have
using
attack
Pro Q.
release.
Okay.
What about Pro and B?
All right. Well, I'm not using it. I
Pro
will
and B
use.
does, right?
Pro and B has,
I will use
has
an actual
attack
compressor
release.
if I feel like I need to use
Right.
attack
Right.
release.
I rarely feel the need to use one, honestly. Like OTT is the extent. I'll just throw one on 20, 30%.
If I have a section of like a mid-range in a sound that I want to get tamed, I will multiband.
Right, that's
compress
my usual
that fucking node that's just like like fucking just poking.
Right.
That shit will just destroy every fucking goddamn piece of your limiter.
Right. Like what I gotta
like
do
that?
for that right there.
Exactly.
Later on in the
proper example, everybody will not get multiband compressed. Trust.
Yeah.
It's a fucking podcast.
Irate says he never uses actual compressors. I can't remember the last time I used a compressor. Well, OTT is a compressor, so you use a compressor.
Caught red-handed, Irate.
Minimal Audio just released Fuse compressor. All right,
not using a compressor sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it does
Fuse
sound ridiculous.
compressor.
Do you ever use a limiter? That's a compressor.
True.
Do you ever use a distortion unit? It's
you ever use my
basically
dick?
compressing.
That's a compressor. Oh.
That's so stupid. We love you, Irate. No, he uses a clipper.
We use clippers too. Fucking more than compressors, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, for sure.
Irate, thank you for voicing your opinion. We love it.
I love it. I like this guy. Irate, you haven't been in chat that long, but I love you already.
Yeah. We fuck with you.
Next question. True. This one is specifically it was written in by Irate Music. Look at that.
Oh, Irate Music.
wow.
Wow.
He says boxers or briefs.
Oh, you would ask that, Irate.
Yeah, you would. Makes sense.
I mean, obviously whitey tighties. Come on.
Oh, for you?
Dude.
That makes sense.
I've seen it.
High and tight.
Yeah, you guys see me walk around in them, you know?
The correct answer is boxer
Boxer briefs is the correct answer.
Yes.
That is the most bang for your buck there.
Oh, dang. Look at him.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Been following me since the 16th of February, 2022.
Oh, yeah, you've been here for a sec for sure.
Yeah, but in chat,
he knows the
you've been
date.
Popping off like that.
How do you know the date, bro?
I think it's...
Dude, 16th of February, 20...
Okay. He's cheating. Or
Wait,
you can
2022?
Or you can click. Right. You haven't been chatting like this for a year. There ain't no way, son. I'd know.
Did you
I'm
change
here.
your name?
I'm
Did you
here
change
every
your
week.
name?
I'm here every week.
Damn, Irate legend, though. Legend.
Did you change your name?
Irate.
Jet, is that you?
Yeah. Jet in code.
It could be. It's 4 a.m.
Well, consider it's nearly 4 a.m.
You don't talk.
Are you from
Because
Poland?
it's 4 a.m.
That's why.
Are you in...
I see. Is it Ireland?
Are you in Bristol?
No, Ireland. Yeah. Look at that.
Ireland.
Oh, great goodness.
Fucking
Welcome,
go
my man.
fucking rub your ass with a Lucky Charm. And
Jesus.
Please do.
my girlfriend is Irish, so
It's true. She's
I
very
get to
Irish.
I get to go there.
Well, folks, that's the end of the lightning round.
Already?
All right, that's the end of the podcast. Then.
We all got zapped. Irish house producer. I'm stoked to check out this track. you sent
Irish
us.
house. Yes.
Oh, it's Irish house.
Irish house.
I'm excited to check that out in the Discord.
Make
folks.
it drop your drawers.
Hop in
Go
the
Scottish
Discord.
for some reason.
It's close enough.
They're
To be
fucking the same
fair,
shit.
they're like from Colorado Springs to Denver.
They both fuck sheep.
Yeah. Shout out Ireland.
Shout out Ireland.
Banger sound effect.
Pull it up now. What could go wrong?
We should give him not on the YouTube episode.
Sure.
You know.
If that's the case, folks, we'll see you later. This has been episode 117.
See you next time,
Oh,
bros.
sure.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you for being here
Hit the follow and sub shit, guys.
on this episode of the Producer Lounge podcast. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
We'll see you guys
The best
next week.
ending
you
we
guys
ever
later.
did while we're fucking not gonna
And
we're back.
And we're back.
ladies
Let's
and gentlemen.
go.
Welcome to episode 123 of the Producer Lounge.
Let's listen to one of Irate's tunes right
Let's
here.
see.
Oh
pull
shit!
up
Here we
my-
go. Here we go.
Here, Discordian.
Wait, Irate, drop one of your links in our Discord.
He already did.
He did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he prepped for this.
He said in the media.
Oh wait, are we giving feedback? Are we just railing into it?
He says it's an example of 129
Oh,
BPM
okay.
because he did a
Apologies for mixing,
Odd.
he says.
yeah.
Apologies for mixing.
We get that.
Okay, dude, I was
Hold
not
on.
expecting that. What?
Have you heard the new EEPROM?
There's no
Okay,
intro.
irate?
There's no intro on this shit.
Have you heard
I'm just
the
kidding.
new
I'm just
EEPROM?
Is this like future house color bass hybrid?
Color House. Get that U out of there. What the fuck is that?
Color.
Hello.
You are from Ireland. Older school Feed Me? What? No,
Yeah.
Feed Me was not.
No,
No.
this is very
Totally.
This is very Electro House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Electro House. Yeah, I can see that. It's not color based though, John.
Color House. Nowadays he ain't right. Nowadays
Color.
this isn't Feed Me, but it's old school Feed Me vibe.
That's actually,
which is
John,
sick.
that's insane you brought that up because we were literally talking about that
I
in the
know,
garage.
right?
Yeah,
We were just talking about that.
Little synchronicity right there.
Irate with the synchronicity.
Irate.
Let's go, bro. It's meant to be. We're best friends.
We're best friends.
Irate. I like that.
Irate. Honestly, that was
I like
fucking.
that vibe, too.
That was saucy, dude. You clearly
one.
know what you're doing.
It's good. It sounds shit on the podcast because our fucking shit doesn't work right, but
Recollect.
I gotta go listen to this in the garage.
Sounds to me like there's no compressors and just clippers.
Irate, is that what you usually make? Are you on this like color
I like that,
train thing? Because you're killing it.
It's a fun.
I like that.
It's a
Irate.
fun way to go.
Fuck yeah, yeah.
I mean,
keep doing it.
There is
you're
no
slaying
master
it.
chain, he says.
You just go straight to the clip, straight to the.
This guy.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the luffs, bro?
Right.
Momentary.
Dog.
Integrated, bro.
What's
We,
All right,
we
folks.
love you, Irate. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We're out of here.
We're out of here, guys.
Fuck you all.
You're the second one to ever get played live on the pod.
Yep. And first one to get